Pattaya is a city on Thailand's eastern Gulf Coast and is very known with tourists for its beaches. It used to be a quiet fishing village in the 1960s, but now its beaches are lined with resort hotels, high-rise condos, shopping malls, bars, and 24-hour clubs. Will Pattaya be your retirement destination? As of now, we're both planning and excited to move to Thailand to check it out very soon as a potential retirement destination among many other countries, and we thought before leaving, we created a Thailand series of some of the cities we're potentially thinking of going to. Just as a disclaimer, the information provided is a general guide and to be used for educational purposes only. Many say that retiring in Pattaya Beach is one of the best places in the world to retire, especially if you're on a budget. Just a few reasons to retire to Pattaya would include the warm climate, low cost of living, and lots of things to keep you busy. But keep watching for more specific details coming now. Number 1. Facts about Pattaya. The culture of Pattaya is a blend. On one side you'll see the history of Thailand, and on the other you can see the colorful culture of Pattaya's nightlife. There's also a mixture of local and international festivals celebrated in Pattaya. The Pattaya Music Festival is one of its main annual events with a variety of shows and concerts. A lot of people would see Pattaya as a sexpat capital of Thailand and would be surprised that anyone would live there. But it's a fishing village of Thailand which is famed for its white sand beaches and bustling rush of the city. It also has delicious Thai street food and restaurants lined along the streets. Now there are about 70,000 expats of diverse nationalities living in the area that support a wide variety of specialist restaurants with national cuisines including numbers of Russian establishments plus Japanese, Italian, British, Korean, Chinese, and Indian, and European food in various styles. Pattaya is also just 1 hour from Bangkok's main airport, but although it does have its beaches, it's more of a city and entertainment destination than a beach resort. But before tourism arrived, Pattaya Beach was attractive and certainly peaceful, but never overly beautiful. The beaches on the islands further south take the cup for beauty. But today with urbanization and nearby beaches, the limited natural beauty it once had has taken a terrible beating. Pattaya destroyed its original natural beauty and it's been replaced with its hotels and establishments, becoming more upmarket and stylish. The temperatures are always summer-like every single day. The sky is often gray despite there being no clouds with the downside of pollution levels. There are unfortunately no regulations on emissions here, and cars and motorbikes that spew out black smoke are many. Now Pattaya is known as a bit of a crazy city, notorious for its nightlife. If you don't mind the craziness, it may be the place for you. The sex industry is a big part of life out here in Pattaya. Walking Street is one of the main places it exists, but there are regular clubs and bars catering to everyday tourists as well. If you're not into this, you can just choose to stay away from these establishments. But there are a lot of clubs and bars for backpackers and holiday makers who just want to have a bit of a party. For some people who don't like bar girls, visiting Pattaya might seem like a strange decision to make. Most of the entertainment is mostly around sexy shows and there's a large number of go-go dancing bars. But of course there are still plenty of alternative venues to cater for those not interested in such things, because it's not what Pattaya is all about. It includes restaurants, live music bars, and lots of family-friendly attractions and activities you can do here as well. Number 2. Where to stay in Pattaya. Where you stay is really dependent on what you want in your lifestyle here, but many choose North Pattaya and Naklua. Naklua seems to have a large Japanese expat community and you'll be able to find plenty of condos and houses in Thai-style gated communities, Muban, but standalone villas are less likely without a high budget. It's probably best to hire a local housing agent for advice and to show you around the area if you're going to be paying for a place out of your pocket. But here are some other places to stay for short-term or long-term stays. Pattaya's Walking Street. This place during the day is fairly quiet, but at night it transforms into Pattaya's #1 nightlife hotspot. At 7 o'clock in the evening, the 1 kilometer stretch of beach road closes to traffic and becomes full of neon lights as hundreds of business signs switch on and music starts to be heard from its countless bars. It's like a carnival-like party and it happens every night of the week. So some good points would be that you'll be close to the most popular nightlife areas, next to the beach and the Royal Garden shopping, and its location is good to parts of town by bus. Some bad points would be that it's a busy part of town, noisy if too close to the bars, and because it's popular, there are limited quality places to choose from. Central Pattaya Beach. This area is lined with hotels, bars, and shops along much of its 3-kilometer length, but it's a middle section near the streets of Soi 7 and Soi 8 that is most popular with tourists. During the day, you'll see many drawn by the beach in the massive Central Festival Pattaya beach shopping and entertainment complex for those that are interested. By night, the Central Festival PB is still a popular attraction, having 7 floors of shops, restaurants, and entertainment, which includes bowling alleys and a 10-cinema multiplex. But it's the nightlife at Soi 7 and Soi 8 that is more popular. It's an alternative to Walking Street where it's less noisy and more relaxed, but it's still busy. So some of the good points would be that for those that like the nightlife, there are many areas. It also has the most popular part of the beach for sunbathing and is close to shops and food at Central Festival. The bad points would be that it can be noisy if near Soi 7 and Soi 8, not good for light sleepers. There's also busy traffic on beach and second roads. North end of Pattaya Beach. This would be the quiet end of the beach, and it doesn't have a lot to attract tourists, but it's known to be a pleasant part of town. It makes a convenient base from which to explore the rest of the city. Traffic is usually much lighter, with the absence of any major bar or shopping centers, making this region the most peaceful one near Pattaya Beach. It also has a strip of sand, no more attractive than the rest, but it's usually not as crowded and suffers less from annoyances such as jet ski activity and persistent beach vendors. But of course there are many other areas you can consider staying at for whatever budget or desires you may have. Number 3. Food in Pattaya. While the cuisine here isn't as varied as other developed parts of Thailand, there are many good quality restaurants. As well as delicious Thai foods, there are many authentic Indian restaurants around town too. The Central Festival Shopping Center also has some good restaurants, especially for Japanese and Korean food. But many long-term travelers will say that in any city, the street food is where the best food is. By eating on the streets, it provides an authentic idea of what true local Thai cuisine is like. Pattaya's street food vendors come in a variety of shapes and sizes, but all operate on wheels so they can bring the food to you. But they do get hassled by police if they set up on certain main roads, but you'll find them on every Soi alley in Pattaya. You'll find satay known as the kingdom of food on wooden sticks. You'll find chicken satay to sausages, fish, fruit, even steak. All can be found on glorified oversized toothpicks when in Thailand. Chicken and pork are by far the most common, 10 baht a stick, 33 cents USD. But you can also find beef steak and pork chop satay for 20 baht, 66 cents. Thai noodles are of course common as well, and the takeaway food is very popular in Thailand. You can also find vendors selling a variety of prepackaged, homemade takeaway meals, especially noodles and soup. Vegetarian, chicken, and pork are the most common varieties, plus often they are also selling side dishes like papaya salad and sticky rice. You can mix up your meals from hopping from one vendor to the next, grab food from one place and a drink at another. All you need to do is find a nice place to sit and eat, or take it into a bar. They wouldn't care as long as they don't serve food themselves. You also want to find the food carts with full-fledged menus on the front of it. It's most likely the case that whoever has been cooking has been for their entire life, and you can guarantee that whatever you order will be delicious. It's also custom made in front of you. There's no better meal in Pattaya for only 40 to 50 baht, $1.31 to $1.64 a meal. You'll also find vendors selling fresh fruit and fruit-based drinks such as smoothies and juices. It's better to buy from these places other than the 7-Eleven. You'll be supporting their family. You'll find them in all of the markets and oftentimes near the beach. They are usually for around 100 baht, $3.29 USD. You can also choose what you want in it as well, with some unique ingredients like chocolate. But there are so many other choices of Thai food you can eat, too many to mention, and if you do get tired of it, there are Western selections as well. But you'll be paying at times 3 times more for the meal, no different from back home. Number 4. Entertainment in Pattaya. Set in the eastern Gulf Coast of Thailand, Pattaya has been long known for its gorgeous beaches. Tourists from around the world come to Pattaya to enjoy the beaches. But actually, Pattaya offers more than just that. Sacred places. Buddha Hill. Buddha Hill is one of the highest points in Pattaya. On top of the hill, you'll find a big Buddha painted in gold. And it's free as well. It's a place dedicated to Confucius, but a good place to escape the chaos of Pattaya City. Pattaya Floating Market. If you're bored of the malls, this is a great place to visit, and it's an interesting place for foreigners. It's not really a place of buying, many things are overpriced, but it's a place of just viewing interesting things. The market itself is built on a small lake, and there are locals selling their stuff from their boats. Traders, farmers, and fishermen in boats float along the water, offering a variety of fresh produce, flowers, and more. You can take a tour on a boat through the market or stop and bargain for something, whether it's for local spices, handicrafts, or colorful vegetables and fruit. Elephant trekking. For those that have ridden a horse, riding an elephant is completely different, but make sure you do a bit of research before going to see whether the establishment are handling the elephants with care. Ripley's believe it or not. There are weird stories and facts, unbelievable displays, videos, and more. There are more than 300 exhibits in total. Discovering shocking and surprising truths is best experienced together with family or a group of friends. You will definitely have fun there. But the people of Thailand generally are warm, friendly, and happy, which a lot of people feel is the main attraction here. Pattaya Beach, although popular in the center, is overrun with deck chairs and street vendors trying to sell you something every 2 minutes. So for many, it's not appealing. But Pattaya having a beach still beats Bangkok. Pattaya is also in a good position for reaching other Thai destinations. In less than an hour, you can be checking into a cheap AirAsia flight, taking you to tropical hideaways in Thailand or other Southeastern Asian destinations. Number 5. Cost of living in Pattaya. Due to its being a large city, just about everything you need or want is available. There are big shopping centers, movie theaters, markets, beaches, and bars. You can do just about any activity and normally at a pretty affordable price. But when you are choosing a place to live, there are a few main categories to consider for your cost of living, weather, things to do, nightlife, and community. An apartment for a one-bedroom in city center would be $530 between $394 and $722 USD per month. An apartment one-bedroom outside a city center would be $318 between $164 and $492 USD per month. An apartment 3 bedrooms in city center would be $1,090 between $821 and $1,642 USD per month. An apartment 3 bedrooms outside a city center would be $686 between $492 and $821 USD per month. Basic utilities for an apartment would be $91 between $55 and $139 USD per month. The internet would be $24 between $19 and $29 USD per month. But some apartment rentals include the internet. A fitness club for a monthly fee would be $41 between $19 and $65 USD per month. A cinema for an international release would be $6 between $4 and $8 USD. A meal at an inexpensive restaurant would be $2.63 between $1.64 and $4.93. A meal for 2 people at a mid-range restaurant for a 3-course meal would be $31 between $19 and $32 USD. But Pattaya offers everything imaginable, from cheap noisy rooms within walking distance of the bars to 5-star luxury hotels by the beach. It's possible to live here comfortably for $1,500 USD a month, but some say they could do it for less. Public transportation is readily available everywhere for pocket change. For local commutes, buses and motorcycle taxis are just a few steps away wherever you may be in Pattaya. For those long-distance trips, the big buses are convenient, comfortable, and very affordable. Medical and dental are very good, very affordable and convenient. But while most things cost less here, that's not true for everything. Electronics and cars will generally cost 20% more. But generally the cost of living here, at most, is 60% of what it would cost to live in the US. The cost of everyday needs in America and other Western countries continue to rise, and it becomes even more attractive to make the journey to Southeast Asia. Although the case is also true in Thailand, but just not as fast. Number 6. Pros and cons of Pattaya. Some often say that if something seems too good to be true, then it usually is. But let's now talk about the pros and cons of moving to Pattaya, starting with the pros. The pros in Pattaya really depends on your background, but it could be split into 2. Single men and the rest of visitors. Couples and families are each in Pattaya for different reasons. Each of them have completely opposing ideas of the positive and negative aspects of Pattaya. You'll find single males love the sexy bar scenes, where parents with children will see it otherwise. So it's especially hard to have one set of pros and cons for all perspectives, because it's an amazingly diverse destination. But the wild and diverse nightlife in Pattaya's single greatest attraction brings in millions of visitors each year. It's actually the girls from the countryside that power this, making themselves available through go-go bars, massage parlors, beer bars, discos, and various other establishments. Males in Pattaya dominates the after-hour activities, but there are also plenty of places where foreign couples enjoy themselves, and for many other attractions for all ages, all tastes as well. But Pattaya also has golf courses, a zoo, an ancient stone, cultural centers, temples, Buddhist monasteries, an elephant village, a huge tropical garden, and lots more as mentioned earlier. There are easily over 50 attractions that a couple or family will be able to experience, so there's much more to do here than a city's popular reputation might suggest. But Pattaya's area have built quite an amazing and diverse range of attractions and theme parks, a large number of which target the family market. More families come to Pattaya than most people realize. There's also a never-ending summer. You can go out without being afraid of the cold. For some from countries of colder winters, it's perfect. The city is also small enough where you can easily walk around on foot and it won't take you a long time. The food is cheap, fresh, and delicious, and it's healthy. The friendly people of Thai are there as well. They are friendly by nature. There's an international community, a tiny city that hosts people from all over the world. You can meet Americans, Aussies, Germans, Canadians, Russian, Japanese, and Koreans living in Thailand. Now let's talk about the cons, and there seems to be quite a few negatives I've come across for Pattaya. Like mentioned previously, there remains very little natural beauty in Pattaya. It's crowded, not at all natural or beautiful. It has become a concrete block since the 1960s. Also, the color of the water discouraged many to swim in the waters, meaning the water is polluted enough to be potentially dangerous to the health of people swimming in it. Most of the shops around are also crowded with shops aimed at the tourist trade. The working girls walk out of their go-go bars onto the street in Pattaya's entertainment district in masses. But this could be a positive for the single man, but not for couples and families. Many people condemn the open commercialization of these establishments. Not everyone agrees if these are positive or negative points. But it does have a negative reputation as a major Asian center of sex, crime, and even suicide. But again, these rarely affect the average tourist doing safe and everyday things. Also, the streets in Pattaya are not pretty. They are lined with no design, cheap commercial shop houses, places that aren't painted, and drooping masses of street wiring from which Thailand is infamous for. The streets are often hot and dusty, and sometimes dirty. The pavements are poor or sometimes non-existent. It's been described as a horizon full of soulless concrete suburbs with few trees in sight. But Thailand's crime rate is relatively low, but in Pattaya it has more forms of danger, but it's not dangerous for everyone. But the average visitor would enjoy a normal holiday while taking everyday precautions, will probably never experience anything of the underworld. Also, Pattaya is another famous beach destination where it's difficult to find a room on the beach. Only about 5% of the total number of hotels here are beachfront. Even if there are malls here, bars, clubs, and restaurants, it still feels like a tiny village. If you are looking for a big city life, you better consider Bangkok. Drivers here are pretty terrible, and you would need to be pretty brave to drive around. There's also not a lot of work here as well, mostly just in teaching a second language, but you would need qualification for this, a TOEFL at least. But the competition for English teaching jobs in Pattaya are fierce, as there is an endless supply of teachers that would love to supplement their incomes in this way. And there are some locals here in Pattaya who see a Farang as someone that treats others badly and who takes advantage of their community. And as a result, the expats are treated as the same as the sexpats. But if you go to places like Chiang Mai, Bangkok, or anywhere else, it would be more of an overall positive experience. Many of the non-natives and their families who have relocated to Pattaya for work usually don't stay very long, especially single women and couples. Many end up leaving when their contracts expire, but there are a few that do end up staying for a longer time and live within their bubbles happily free from the red light district and avoid or turn a blind eye to what goes on. But you need to do your own research and visit Pattaya for yourself before making a decision. But some say that they have but still weren't prepared for what goes on there. Most people who have been to Pattaya either love Pattaya or hate it with a passion, and both opinions could be understood. There are a bunch of great benefits, especially if you're on a tight budget. It's lacking in a couple of areas, but each person has their own tick boxes to see whether it could work as a long-term destination. Although Pattaya has a lot of great amenities and activities, those things can be found elsewhere. There are many nicer beaches elsewhere in Thailand. And while Pattaya is cheap, so is everywhere else in Thailand. It would still be a very cheap cost of living for a high quality of life. If you really want to experience Thailand, you have to do so with all 5 of your senses. Culture in Thailand is without question a world apart from the Western way of life. Thailand is definitely not for everyone. Most people either love it or hate it. Well, tell me what you think of living in Pattaya in the comment section below. If you like this vlog, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell for more of my coming content here. Thank you for watching my vlog. I hope you have a great day and see you soon.